Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, Big Bird's still here. Another episode on it. We're really getting there. We're really getting things done. Mike's here. We're going to get at it. And now we're to rebuilding and putting things back together. So, hope you enjoy this episode. See what we get up to and see the improvements as we go. Big Bird's getting there. So before we go putting these all back together, we've got to get the frame in. This piece here, they basically sill, cross member, and upper body mounts. Then we have to put this little guy in as well. He goes across here. And this all sits on it, which we still got to get bent up a bit more, but it's better than it was. I think once we bolt it up, it'll probably straighten out the rest. But we have the reconstructive surgery here. As you can see, that's not too happy. So what we're going to have to do is figure out how to fix this. Now, we can't really go on the outside of it because this slips over top of it. So there's your top and your bottom of it right there. It slips over, so I can't make it bigger because that ain't gonna fit. So we're gonna go from inside. Now I've got a bunch of scrap metals from stuff I've done on moose, so I'm gonna modify this so it's got the notch out for that bolt. I'm gonna get it to sit up in here and get it welded in so it's supporting everything. I have to build it up a little bit. It's a little shy of what we need, but we'll build up. We'll get it all hooked in. Anyway, so that piece is going in there, and then we've got to figure out from once we're back past the weld area what we can do to reattach this and get this all put back together, because it is pretty rough. So we want to make sure, as I said, that this can withstand a good pull on it. You can see inside it here, maybe. There we go. So I'll try to get it there. Yeah. So we've got a bit of work to do. I'm going to have to cut some strips, clean this down, bend them, weld them in. But we will get it rebuilt. The other side, it's not torn up inside here like that one is. It's good here. It's good in the bottom. It's just the very end here that's kind of gotten blown to rat crap. So we will we'll reconstruct those. Grind down what we've got to. I'm going to we'll go over to my bin here in a second, and we'll do some shopping and see what kind of metals I've got left over. When it comes to metal, I'm a bit of a pack rat. I keep all kinds of stuff. So we do have some old angle. That would work. We can use that. That'll do some of our rebuilding. See what else we've got in here. That's 1 inch square. That's 1.5 inch. Too small. That's way too thick down in there. That's nice, but not gonna do what we need. Too skinny. That's aluminum. Ooh. What have we found in here? Oh, there we go. Those might do us. And oh, that's some thick metal. All right, if we can get that to fit inside or outside further up, that's definitely gonna do some hefty. Oh, I was thinking of using those as lift shackles at one point, but I only have 2 of them. So if they'll work, we'll donate those into the cause. I do also have this metal here. It's that's what I used for mounting my rock slides on moose. So they're 2x3, 1/8 inch. We also have this. We also have the metal from the original. We can cut that up too, and we may actually cut some of this. I might cut it, let's say here, cut a chunk out of it, and then I can cut it and make that come on the outside and bend up, or we can cut out just a plate out of it and then weld it in from underneath. We'll see. I'm not the best at inverted welding, I'll be honest. If I got to weld upwards, yeah, I'm still learning that one. I know I have to do it in like a tack weld, but I'm still not the neatest at it. But sideways or down, yeah, no problems. So we'll figure it out. Let's see what out of these we can use. This would definitely, well, it's the same width. So it won't fit in, it won't fit on. Alright. But if we have to, we could use some of it. We'll figure out if this is useful. If it's not, we'll go on to using some of this one. I had forgotten about that, so yeah, we can use some of this if we need to. Alright. Hey, one thing I want to say, when you're doing this stuff, guys, wear something over your eyes. I wear glasses. I don't have to for distance, but I do now for up close things. And it's a pain, but put something over them. One, you'll save yourself having to replace your glasses all the time. Been there, done that. And two, it's just so much safer. You never know when something's going to fly off and get at you. I actually have one of those. I'm going to try one of those full masks. I've got one on order. See what they're like, if they're any better. I can see them being inconvenient in certain areas because it's going to push it around, and you know, when you're just working in front of something, it'll be very nice. But wear some of these. Mike gave me another set. You've probably seen me in the other videos wearing, but I set them down somewhere and I can't find them. Luckily, I have lots of extra and different ones kicking around for myself and whoever's in the garage. So I'm just using these for the moment, and I'll get to this. But safety first. You don't need to lose an eye. So I notched the piece here so it'll fit around the original nut so that we don't have to worry about that. So when we put this in, it's seated around the nut. So now I can get this to sit square, hopefully. Look at that, sit up square. I can weld it in here, and then we'll make up the gaps so that this is solid. Then I'll work back from there to build in the rest of this. Okay, so we got this welded in here and here. It's on a bit of a tilt. That's okay. We'll build up in here and build up this space here once I get this straightened back to the shape. And then we start working on this side. I'm not sure how we're going to reconstruct the inside of this frame. We're going to do it from outside. I may take some of the old cross member, cut a chunk out, leaving a little bit here so that we can weld along and then go up. Only problem is the good part of this is angled the wrong way. So we'll see what we can do about salvaging some metal from this to rebuild this. Underneath and up the sides as well. Plus we've got the plate here that ties into the bumper. So that L bracket is, where did I put it? There it is, right here. So this will be welded in here as well. We have to modify it slightly so it fits into the bumper, but that little puppy gets welded in, and that's good thick metal as well. So that's our process so far. Alright, there we have it. I still got some finagling to do, but this tucks in here. And fits in like that up the frame. That covers in the whole bottom messing part and fits in. Once it's, like I say, I got some finagling. I got to get it just a little more correct here at this part here, and then the rest is just, I've got it over curved, so that's good. I can bang it down and everything will sit nice and flat. So this is going to work, and then we'll just finish an upper cap on this side, I think, to tie everything together and make sure that this part of the frame is good and solid right here. And then that should be it for this side. Well, full of missing piece here, but then that'll be it for this side, and we can start creating something for that side. Got a plate in there, reconstructing some of the inners. We've got the new plate here. Now this plate's going to have an L bracket attached to it. So this is reconstructing quite a bit of it. This side wasn't bad. It just had some holes. I'm just trying to shear it up some. And we got a little bit of rot, like you can say here. We got a plate that's be welded in there. I can't go top and bottom because the cross member goes over it. On this side, however, we had a lot to do. So we've got spacers in. We've got the new tube inside it. And I've got that. Now that doesn't look like much, but if you see this side, it actually goes all the way up the frame underneath it. So that is rebuilding all the rot that was inside here. It's all now got a brand new piece of 1/8 inch metal all the way up it and welded into the frame. So I've got to finish welding on this side, but the other side's all welded, and that's fine. Then we just have to build up this side back again a bit more to get us back where we belong. And then everything's good. It's already 10 times stronger than it was before. I could literally twist this with my hands. I could open it up. You can't move it at all now. So we're doing good. It's getting there.
Hey, I ordered a few things to hopefully make life a little easier for me. I'm finding a couple problems. Welding helmets are great, but sometimes, especially if you do any welding, you'll know they get in the way. If I'm underneath things, unfortunately I don't have a hoist. I can't get everything perfectly comfortable. So when I'm underneath the car or in the back of something or trying to reach around something, those helmets are constantly fighting it. That, and they like to fog up because of our environment. So got something to maybe fix that. And also the glasses are great, but I'm still getting sparks at my eyes, and the safety glasses. So I've tried to go with a safety shield. So I'll show you what I got in. We'll see how they work in the next couple of days, and see if it's worth getting more.
Alright, so here we have the new welding goggles. Hopefully they're half decent. Let's see. I'll not open them, we'll look at them. There we go. So you get a choice of arms or a strap. Oops, sorry. Okay, there we go. So you get a choice apparently of arms or the straps. They both hook in the same place apparently. That's kind of cool. And then you have the goggles. So we're going to try this with a couple of experiments and make sure these things are working before I go using them. Auto darkening filter. If they're fully auto darkening, they might need charged. We'll set them up there, let them charge a bit, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully they work. At least where I got them from. If they don't, I can turn them back. 1 second, next one. This one's a full mask. Yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm getting tired of getting sparks in the side of my face. So we're going to see how that works. It's got a vent in the bottom so you don't get the fogging. Supposedly. We'll see.
Well, this I think is definitely going to work. It pushes the glasses around a little bit, but hey, for the safety, I'll take it. Definitely not going to get sparks in. It covers right down the side of my face, seals up nice. I think this one for I think it was $8. It was worth it. Um, definitely, definitely going to be better than nothing. I still don't know how hard it is if a disc fell apart and came at it, but it's still better than not having anything in front of your face. So we're going to give it a try for sure. I got lots of sparks to still send when working on Big Bird here. So yeah, I think this is going to definitely get tested, and we'll see how it goes.
Sorry. Mike running around and getting things done. Okay, so as you can see, we're actually back to the rebuild stage. So we got the tops of these welded on. We've got extra tabs here that we've got to drill the holes through for the bumper, but that's extra support, and that's welded good and tight to this. And then this comes under and is welded underneath as well. So this one, there's a bit of gap. It was a little fun getting it welded, but it is welded. It's actually tacked here as well, just a little extra for the bumper end it. This side we've got it welded as well on the top. This I haven't tacked yet. We got our spot welds in, and we just got this fitted. So now this gets welded all across the bottom, spot welded on here, and then we get our body mounts in, which then all this will jam up nice and tight and look way better. Then we get to start to put our little rear panels back on. Well, we're getting there. So Mike got the sealer, got that in all around here. So all our cracks are sealed up on the floors in the front, on both sides here now. So this is the passenger side, all sealed up, looking good. Get the body mounts in, as I say. We got to tighten that one up yet. Still having troubles with this one. We haven't figured that solution for that out yet. We will. But they're there. They're lined up. We just got to get them bolted together. Now for the biggest thing. Yeah. That's the back. Now, Mike was going to get another bumper, but they're hell of expensive right now, and it seemed to be hard to get. So we're not doing that. We're using the old bumper for the moment. We are, however, going to put some anchors either on the bumper or on the cross member for recovery. He went and he got these guys, D-rings, boltable / weldable. Very nice. So we're going to figure out where we're putting them on here. Not sure yet, but we'll get them on here. We're going to get them mounted so that they, good recovery. I don't know if I'm going to go off the bumper with them or if we're going to try to tie them into the frame. More so because this is what holds the bumper, just that little bracket. So again, it's a great bumper, but it's not, it does have a bolt down there that goes into the frame. So maybe we could weld them in down here, right underneath. We'll see. We'll have to play with it, get some ideas to figure out what we want to do. We'll figure that out as we go. It's not life or death at the moment. But we got this panel sitting where it's supposed to. We've got to finish clamping it here, and then I got to spot weld it all in. So that's that in. We got the upper sill in, and it's been welded in, spot welded and plug welded in. So that's all back together. We got our body mounts in and mounted, so it's now sitting nice and tall. No big blocks to hold a bunch of mud either. We got the nice little round pucks. So it's looking good. It's really looking good. We're getting there. Still got lots to do. We got some projects up at the front. Mike's bumper is kind of mangled, so he got a new one. So we're going to try to get that thing installed too. We got he's banging away on fenders too, so we'll see how those come out. We're going to get both these rears in, put this back together, and then jump to the front. From there, we'll try to get the shifter done.
That was a challenge, to say the least. The gun is smoking.
We had to get out some of the heavy machinery here. This brought out the air one, got it to move just a little, and then from there we managed to take this big boy electric at it and work it out. There's not much left of those threads, so I don't know if there's anything left of that nut in there. We'll have to see, but anyways, it's out. Half the bumper's off. We got one more on the other side, and
this side's off.
Yay! So we're finally beating the bolts.
Let's give her some more. Well, actually, no, this one, the socket doesn't even want to fit on there.
And now we got to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, because if I bend it too much, it just bends the frame. Yeah. I can see through around the nut.
Oh, good.
And there's light coming through it.
What we've got here is a square nut, and what Mike's trying to do right now is get the weld right here to let go. It's already breaking from the back, so if we cut here, there's a good chance we can wiggle it out without wrecking the frame. Then we'll weld a new nut in. As you can see, there's no way that bolt is going to come out. Just not going to happen. Well, we got that one out. We'll make a new welded one for there. We got this one out. Another one of my lovely custom bolts. That thing's still hot. Holy. Anyways, welded a nut to the top. Got it on there good enough. We were able to crank that thing back out. So this is good. Got to clean up the threads a bit, I think. But other than that, we're doing good. Okay, I think it's cooled down enough now. Hey, it has. So I welded this together so that we can make up the space in here. We're going to weld this in nice and neat in here. I'm going to bolt it in so it's straight. Then we're going to get it welded in so that the new bumper can bolt up through here. So we've got that. This one here is a little wonky, but it is working.
This one here is shot, so we're going to drill it out. We're just going to bypass a bolt right through because we can get access through this hole here. So we're going to put a nut in on underneath. Clamp that one in. Those three are working. They're all threaded and working. So we're going to take a food break, then we're going to be back at it and get this part done. We should have the front bumper and the winch back on today, and then he's going to play with some fenders, I think, and we're going to get that back gate onto the back, get the cap back on, bolted on. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in one of the other ones. I haven't gone through my own videos to check, but with this, as you can see, we've got this undone. When we were playing with it, we found out that these are shot. There's a ton of movement on this. So when that's on, this whole door is wiggling and wobbling. So Mike went out and he got brand new ones, really nice ones. We got them hiding under here. Just knock things over. Anyway, so he's got some nice new ones there, and we're going to put them on. Once we get to that point, he's putting them on, and then they'll mount to our new mounts. Well, Mike got it all seam sealed back here, so all our holes and cracks are sealed up. Looking good. Nice and neat. Now this stuff is really thick, so there's two ways you can put it on. You can put it on with a brush. It says brushable. I showed him a little hack today. I've got huge popsicle sticks. I think it's over here. You might see it. No, it fell down in there. Anyway, it looks like a tongue depressor. And yeah, we just scooped it up and smeared it out with that, and then he just touched it up with the brush. Went in a lot faster that way. So that's that part done. Looking good. And now we're playing with the back. We've got this cleaned up. We've got bare metal to actually attach to. So we're going to fix up this little patch here. We're going to fill in over top of all this across, and then try to get these two smaller holes patched up as well. So we're going to put fiberglass over top of all those, and not just seam sealer, because it's just rubber. It's good, but at the same time you're just kind of causing a rubber base for things to sit against. So we're going to fiberglass this in, and then any edges later he can seam seal or paint over or whatever at that point. So we're using the thinner woven mat, so the one that looks kind of like carbon fiber sort of. It's nice, it's easy to apply. I am a fan of the thicker stuff myself, but in some applications it's not good because it's too thick and it's hard to work with. This stuff is not bad. It's thin, it's movable. I do the dip style. So in other words, I'm going to make the resin and the hardener in here. Then I cut my pieces to fit. I dip them in, get them saturated, rub off the excess, and plop them into place. Instead of the style where you take this, especially if you got a mold or something, you put it on, and then you roll it with a special roller that looks like a bunch of washers, and it has the resin and lays it down, and you keep doing it until it saturates through. It still works, but it depends on which way you're going or which you're doing. For this kind of stuff, dipping it is way faster, simple, and you're getting lots of resin or hardener on it, and away you go. Alright, so here we have the fiberglass is in. Not that you can see it. It's actually turned semi-transparent. Very nice and neat. Once you paint over, it looks nice. But there we go. It's in. Edges are all covered in. Holes are all covered up, including our one up here, which we almost forgot. Mike noticed it and says, "Oh shit!" So we got this one. We got them all. They're now done. So that is all nice and completed. I'll show you once it's all dry. Well, there you have it. It is back together on this end. We have the tire on,
The door's on, brand new hinges, nice looking. Lights are back installed. Plates, bumper. We have one hole to modify here to finish up this one. We figured out where to put the recovery loops. We're actually going to put them on the bottom of the frame under here. I know the lighting's not the best, so sorry about that. So from this side, we're going to put the recovery loops actually down here, hanging down, so he can hook in and pull underneath the bumper. As I said, we have one lower bolt on the other side. Just we've got to remake the hole a little bit and put that one in. Tighten one or two bolts just to make sure everything's tight. But other than that, that's good. This side's done. This side, we've got the frame stitched in a couple places. All we have left is fighting with the one bolt that goes in this body mount. So that's all. We've got to rethread that one and put it in. Once that's done, we're good. Now for the real treats today. Well, I was working back there and getting certain things done. Mike was working up here. As you saw, we had a few snags. I had to make one of my lovely custom bolts. Not that one. It's around here somewhere. I welded a nut onto a bolt to get it extracted, but it did work well. And there you have it. He has a new front bumper with a stinger, and he actually has the proper amount of bolts holding his thing on. Minus one, we need a longer one for this one today. It's coming tomorrow. And yeah, his winch is actually held on, the bumper's actually bolted on, and that's a nice looking bumper. Gives him place for his soft shackle. Everything else looks really good. So gives it kind of a unique look. He's still doing some work on the fenders. You'll get to see that in the next day or so. And other than that, that is where we sit with Big Bird. He's got that done. The new headlight surround. This headlight was loose. He's got to put in a new part today. So that's all done. Where it's supposed to be. So all in all, he's definitely ahead of the game. As you can see, I'm back inside. That's a wrap for now. It's going well. We've got a couple things I'm going to try to get done this week. Hopefully we're down to minor little things. The fenders, that's about it. On next Sunday, we'll roll Big Bird out, roll Moose in, and try to get a few things done with him. If it all goes well, that's where we're headed for. So I hope you liked. Please hit like, hit subscribe. Trying to grow the channel. I can't do it without your support. So I thank you very much. See you next video.